Everybody, I'm back, part two. I'm gonna do some X-Men. I'm still a little worked up over the whole Death of Kraven thing. I might just do a video on that because it's. I'm not gonna get into it. I'll get into it later when I have time. I'll break out my camera and do like a long video. It's okay. Sorry. Gonna focus here. Gonna show off some books. It's gonna be cool. Let's just get to it. Put this back here. Sorry for the jumble. We good? We're good. Starting off, X-Men number 2. First appearance of the Vanisher. I have a reprint of X-Men number 1, so I'm not really too concerned about getting another copy. I'm fine with that. I don't care. X-Men for years was my favorite book. It was pretty much the only thing I collected for like almost 10 years. I kind of went backwards on it. I would step down. I really got into comics way back when Jim Lee was on X-Men, and I just kind of started backwards from there, if that makes any sense. I got X-Men number 5, another awesome deal. I think I paid like $20 for this book. I was stoked to get it. The spine's a little janked, and you know it's not the greatest shape, but still, it's X-Men number 5. I'm happy with it. X-Men number 7. Same thing with this. It's folded and dated, and I don't know what that is. But this early stuff was just really cool. It was kind of funny because like they didn't really get along, and they had to. It's good. You should check it out if you're into it. X-Men 18. I bought this at my least favorite comic book shop in the area. I've been going in there for close to 20 years, and every time I walk in, the guy still doesn't act like he knows who I am. So he's got some nice stuff. Some of his stuff is way overpriced. I probably paid a little bit more for this book than I should have. I think it was about $30, so that's not really that bad, but I probably could have found a better copy somewhere else for a little cheaper. X-Men 20. Another eBay score. I bought a lot of books from the guy I bought this book from. He's got awesome deals. He's kind of like my honeypot on eBay. Good stuff. X-Men 21. I want to say I got this at a flea market or a yard sale for just a couple dollars. So I wasn't going to pass that up. 22. These villains were like the weirdest group of dudes ever. That's about all I'm going to say about this book. 23, same weird group of dudes. Porcupine. I think at one point there's like a swarm of locusts that show up and the army shows up. It was kind of bizarre. 24. I guess at really this point, sales in X-Men were really low. They started the reprints shortly after this, and I have most of those, but I'm not going to show them because it's really, what's the point? We're going to fast forward to some Neal Adams. I almost took this book to the convention last year to have him sign it, but I ended up taking my my hardcover, The Art of Neal Adams book, and he signed that instead. But yeah, his stuff is really good, and this is an example of when his stuff was really good. Moving on. I don't have a 94. I don't have a 95. They're kind of like my Grell books, but I have a 96. It's a little faded. I didn't pay a lot of money for this book, so I'm cool with it. 101. This book is definitely one I'm going to get upgraded. This is on the bag, but it's a little faded. The corners are tight. The pages are off-white. It's in great shape, but the rest of my John Byrne stuff, which I think is amazing, is just in better condition. So I see this book, and I'm like, it's kind of sad, you know, next to like, let me see. This one, which is in like great shape. 115. But let's step back. 108, another awesome cover. Date mark, I'm okay with that. Corner's a little dinged. Dave Cockrum. Awesome, awesome, awesome. 109. Cool book. A little spine ding. Awesome deal. I don't care. 120. Another eBay score. I think I paid $4 for this. Early Alpha Flight. 21. $27. Love this cover. And for a while, I wasn't really a John Byrne fan. I think he was doing X-Men when I was collecting back in the day, and it just, I don't know, it wasn't really my thing. But his art in this is a little cleaner, I think, which is probably why I like it. He did that really nice run on Superman. I have most of those. Worth checking out. 129, another awesome cover. 130, First Dazzler. Great shape on this. 131, Hellfire Club. 132, more Hellfire Club. 133, I think now I'm up to like 4 copies on this book. This one's got a little rip, which is why I upgraded it to the one I showed in my previous video. A little, I don't know what's going on there. It's bent, I guess. 134, great shape on this book. Spine's perfect. 135, same thing. eBay score, $6, $7, I think. Doesn't matter. 136, some of the best X-Men stuff. Probably like followed closely behind for me with like Extinction Agenda with, you know, Chris Claremont and Jim Lee did that crossover thing with the New Mutants and X Factor. But yeah, classic cover. Great cover. 138, Cyclops leaves the team. 139, there's Kitty Pryde. 140, great Vindigo cover. Awesome character. 141, this book is due for an upgrade. Somebody wrote the price they were asking for it in the corner, and the spine's a little rolled, but I bought this book like 10 years ago. It's awesome. I mean, the days of Futures Past. Futures Past? Futures Present. Whatever. This storyline is pretty good. You guys should check it out. I guess it's the basis for the new movie. I mean, I don't really care about the movies. They all kind of miss the point for me, but yeah, this is like a hot book on eBay. 142, same thing, same dude. He was asking $22 for this. I didn't pay $22 for it. But I would kind of like to smack him in the head for writing on the comics. Moving forward a little bit. Got some early Rogue. Ridiculous haircut. 67. I think this is the last Byrne issue. 186. Barry Windsor Smith. One of my favorites. This is awesome. It's a backup story, I'm guessing, because part 2 didn't come out until 198. And if you guys don't have these 2 books, I would... Storm, Forge, this is good stuff. X-Men 201, First Baby Nathan. That's a big cable. 205, another awesome Barry Windsor Smith cover. 213, I didn't pay that for it. I had a nicer copy of this book, and I sold it on eBay, which, I don't know, maybe it was, yeah. That guy got a pretty good deal, but I got a pretty good deal on it, so it's all good. 219, First Havoc. And then we get to like some really great Mark Silvestri stuff. 236, 237, 238. First Jim Lee and the X-Men. 248. I got that second printing gold. Same thing, 248. 256, Acts of Vengeance, fighting the Mandarin. This is when Psylocke comes back as a badass. 257. That's a great cover. It looks like he just got his mind blown. 258. Some awesome early Jim Lee. 266. A friend of mine, actually, when this book came out, he bought as many copies as he could. He ended up with like 3 long boxes of this book. I mean, he had like 500 copies of this. It was crazy. And he ended up giving them away as a wedding present. And the guy's like, what the hell am I going to do with all these books? I don't know what he did with them, but I'm sure he doesn't have them anymore. Extinction Agenda. This is an awesome storyline. Like I said before, started in X-Men 270. And it like crossed over with X-Factor and New Mutants. 271. 273. Great stuff. Gonna move forward to Will Spartacio. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. First Gambit. Or not Gambit, Bishop. Second appearance of Bishop. And a second printing of Bishop. So, that ran a little long. Hopefully that uploads. Yeah, X-Men, Keys. Showed off some books. Yay! You guys have a nice day.